Well, hey, neighbor, it's me, Angie. Come on in. Yes, it's time for our neighborhood chat. Well, I'm dressed in the same clothes that I did my live in earlier this morning. So I decided, since I'm all dressed up, have my makeup on, all that I would just do our neighborhood chat, post it. This will probably go out Thursday or Friday. But I wanted to talk to you all about something. And of course, we're going to have to be positive. You know, positivity to me brings positivity. So, and of course, we have to think about the bad times because we're going to have them. We're going to have to deal with them as they come, but we don't have to anticipate that bad times and anguish are coming. Even though we all know that that bridge is going to have to be crossed, whether it be by death, a friend betraying us, someone hurting our feelings. But we shouldn't automatically just stay in that mode because it's coming, you know? That's why you should live one day and one moment at a time, because you cheat yourself out of a lot of happiness by dreading what's over the next bridge or what's around the next corner, because you are creating this picture in your mind that may or may not ever happen. You know, that's what worry is. Worry is trying to anticipate that something bad is going to happen down the road that has not even happened yet. That when you get there, it's not as bad as you thought it was. And there you have worried about it the entire 2 or 3 days before, you know, it got here. That's what worry is. Did I used to worry? Yeah. I used to worry when I was trying to control everything about my entire life. I mean, I used to be the person that would wake up making a list of things that I was going to do for that day. You know, I had my own agenda. Not dreaming that that could change, because once it did change and unexpectedly, I would get upset like, wait a minute, this is not what I had planned for this day. Unbeknownst to me, I should not even have been planning my day step by step, because in reality, it's not up to me. It is how I react to what is going to happen that day that matters. I mean, if you put yourself in a box and don't allow yourself any room to see other things within the day, in one day to the next day, then you're missing out on beautiful things, beautiful people, beautiful conversation, good things to come in. I mean, why would you put yourself in a box? You know, people put God in a box. That way, they'll be able to comprehend him, they think, with their little simple mind. We'll never be able to do that. God's greater. I mean, he created us. So there's no way that we could learn all about him, but he knows all about us. So why do we want to put him in a box? I mean, once you don't put God in a box, then your whole world opens up to the possibilities of so many blessings that you don't even know what to do with them. Now, is heartache going to come? Yes. And a lot of people don't understand why heartache comes. They say, well, if this God is so loving, how come so many bad things happen to good people? Or why do these bad things happen to children? Or why is all this evil in the world? Well, I'm going to try to answer that the simplest way I know how. Now, there's a whole lesson that we could go on for weeks and discuss why there's still evil on earth and God allows it. We could debate that for days, but I'm not here to debate it. My belief is, of what I know, and this is how I drive my spiritual automobile, is man failed. And he has a will. You know, man, you have a will. You can choose to do right or wrong. Okay? God gives us that. He allows us to have it. That's our kryptonite. That fails us every day because we get to make the choice. If God got to make the choice, of course we would live a perfect life because he would never let us do anything wrong. But he said, I'm going to give you a will. I'm going to let you choose right from wrong. So, because of sin and because we have a will, and there's people out there that choose to do evil things and treat people evil, we have bad things to happen to good people. Now, that's not the complete answer to the whole question, but that's just a summary of how it all begins. You know, people say, how can you serve a God that allows people to go hungry, or a baby get abused by a parent, or, you know, but there's more to it than just what meets the eye. I mean, spiritually, you have to be in tune with knowing God and knowing who he is. And I'm not saying you don't know who he is. I'm just saying on my spectrum of where I am in my spiritual life, I can see how this could be, the things in the world could happen, and God allowing it to happen. Because it's been going on from the beginning of time. If you believe in Adam and Eve and you believe that's how it all began, then you know why what's happening is happening. In our human mind, we don't think it's fair. Well, you know, you heard that saying, life is not fair, and it's not. But through each trial that we go through, we grow and we learn not to do things that we did before, to keep us from doing it over again. But in my life, what I focus on is not the pain. Try not to focus on the pain. And I'm talking about pain from physical pain to pain from someone hurting or someone getting hurt, or just the sadness in the world. Because if you look, there's a lot of it. But if you look around, there's a lot of goodness too. And Christmas is the prime example of that. For some reason, people just start giving at Christmas time more than they ever give in the entire year. It's just something that comes over the world that people want to give. At least I find that so. But why can't we carry that through the entire year? Why does it have to be just during Christmas time? Because you have some people that are only going to take and take and take. And you're going to have some people that are only going to give and give and give. And you're going to get tired. The givers are going to get tired of people taking. And more people are going to become takers if we continue to give without them having to work for what they have. Now, I don't mind people disagreeing with me on what my subjects are on my neighborhood chats. I mean, I'll welcome it. I'll look at your view if you'll listen to mine. But my point today is, on our neighborhood chat, the new year is coming up, 2024. For some reason, when that comes back around and we start a new year, people start wanting to make changes. Oh, I'm going to do this the new year. I'm going to make this change and that change. Even I've done it. I've said it. I'm going to do new things on my YouTube channel. I'm going to try this different thing. And I'm going to, I plan on just a lot of different things in my personal life. I'll have a new grandbaby. I have all the intentions of starting a new diet. Will I do it? Who knows? It will just have to be one day at a time. There's nothing wrong with planning, but don't get so caught up in planning that you can't live for today. That you can't focus on your well-being, your healthy mind, and to realize that you're worthy to have both. To be healthy, to be happy, to be of sound mind. Depression is a real thing. But there's ways and there's coping skills for depression. I don't know everybody's depth of depression. But I do know I've been depressed in the past, and I do know that it's a dark place. And when you get depressed, for some reason, when you start going down this rabbit hole, it's like it has no end. It's like you can't grab onto the side and say stop. But eventually you have to say, I can't live like this anymore. Whether it's you're in it 2 weeks, or 2 years, 2 months, whatever whatever's happening, you're in this depression. You have to get to the point where you say, no more. If you have to start reading affirmations every day, pick up a pencil and write, I will be happy. I will be joyful. I will have better days. If you have to do that, start doing it. Let your blinds up. Let the sun shine in. Let the sun shine on you. Don't stay in dark places all the time with the lights off and be sad and start thinking of sad things continually. I'm not saying don't think of sad things. Of course, I think of sad things. I think about people that have gone on. I think about things that happened in my lifetime that I wished had never happened. But I don't stay there. I quickly remember it and thank the Lord I'm not there anymore. But what I want to say to you is make 2024 the year of change. The year of changing to positivity. Reaching out to others. I mean, sure, I know you've probably been hurt before by someone. But that doesn't constitute you not ever allowing someone else coming into your life. Allow yourself to care about someone. Allow someone to care about you. Truly care about you. Be careful. But allow it. And you'll know whether they really care about you. Smile more. Laugh out loud. I mean, I can remember my grandmother, and I can hardly remember a time that she really laughed from her gut, like really out loud. And it's hard to get me to laugh out loud, but I try to laugh a lot. Don't take everything so serious, because everything is not as serious as you think it is. Now, some things are. So let's just say, for instance, my illness. My lifespan was probably cut 20 years when I found out that I had this autoimmune disease. At one time, I thought I might live to be in my 80s. My grandmother did. And then my other grandmother on the other side lived to be in her 90s. And I'm thinking, I mean, at least I'll live that long. But my lifespan, according to the doctors, has been cut like 20 years because of this disease. Either this disease will kill me or the medication I take for this disease will be my demise. Well, I can't dwell on that. I mean, I could, but I don't choose to because I want to live every day like it's my last day. I want to love people, hug people, give to people, be nice to people. Leave a mark where people will remember She was the lady that did this, this, and this. Not the one that, oh, she always started drama. She always started gossip. She always talked about people. She put people down. I don't want to be remembered for that. How do you want to be remembered? Do you want to be remembered as she was always depressed? She was always lonely. She was always sad. She never could get over something that happened in her life. You know, do you want to be remembered as that person, or do you want to come out of it and say, I'm worth living a joyful, happy, peaceful life, and you are. So why don't you just, or we, decide to smile through the pain? Because God loves you and I love you. And when you think there's no one there, there is someone there. Y'all don't know how many times that I think about you all. You don't know how many times that I've prayed for some of my friends on YouTube, that God would give you peace and joy and love and bring somebody into your life that would be there for you and you could love them and they could love you. I mean, I prayed this sort of thing not only for my family, but for my friends on YouTube. I don't say that in a bragging way. I say it to let you know that when you think there's nobody out there that's listening to you or cares about you, there is someone. And though you may not believe in a higher power, doesn't mean that it's not there. Because it's there. Now you can say, well, prove it. I don't, if I have to prove it, what good is it? You know, if you can't believe it and trust it, then if I proved it to you, you wouldn't really accept it anyway. You would just say, okay, well, you proved it. What's your point? I want you to grasp the feeling of what it's like to truly have faith and joy and total peace. My desire for each and every one that I come in contact with is, even though they have to suffer, because we all will and we all do, that they will know that it's not going to last forever. That there's light at the end of the tunnel. And that there are happy days ahead. And there are beautiful things to be happy and blessed and joyful about. But there's also times we'll be down. And that's why we have friends and loved ones to say, you got this. You can do it. You can do it. And I love you. And there's nothing wrong with telling somebody you love them. You know, used to, when I was the type of person that I really didn't want to show any kind of love toward, I would pick and choose who I wanted to love. And the people that I didn't want to give out love to, I would just be cordial, but nothing, you know, nothing like I am now. It was like my love was so special. Why do I need to give it to you? But that's not the way it works. The more love you give out, the more love you get back. If you keep it bottled up inside and you just dish it out as you see fit, you're missing out on life. And loving someone when they don't show it back to you doesn't mean you're weak. And that person may not be able to love you the way you love them. That's why you should not love expecting anything in return. You should love because that's just your nature. Yeah, are you going to get hurt? Well, of course. People are going to hurt you when you put yourself out there to be cared, you know, to show them that you care about them. You're going to be hurt. But it's worth it. It's worth the many joyful things that happen in your life and the blessings that come. And for someone to wrap their arms around you and tell you they love you and it's going to be okay. That's a wonderful feeling. Someone grab you by the hand and say, I'm here for you. That means a lot. You know, some people don't have that. They're at home. They're by themselves. They're lonely. They've hurt people so much that people don't trust them. They've started drama where people will not be their friend anymore because they started so much drama. They like to stir things, you know. And some people get joy out of that because they're in so much pain. They get joy out of doing evil things because they are hurting. Don't be that way. Start 2024 out in a positive way. I don't care how it looks. Start telling yourself, I'm going to have better days. I am going to have more friends in my life. I'm going to try to be nicer to people. I'm going to try to love more people. I'm going to love myself. And if it looks weird to you, or if it looks weird to people that's always been around you, come on, let's get that wall down. I mean, some people have a wall built up that a bulldozer couldn't knock down. And it's not hurting anybody but you because you're missing out on great things. So remember, 2024, we love more. We laugh more. We find joy in things. We don't cause drama. We don't stir the pot and make things worse. And be brave enough when people start causing drama, whether they're your friend or not, and say, look, I'm not about that anymore. I'm starting this new year off. I'm not about the drama thing. I love you and you're my friend, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I mean, stand up for yourself. Do something for you and love yourself more. And with that being said, neighbor, I'm looking forward to 2024. And I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. Please keep up with your goals for 2024 or the things you want to do and write them down because I would love to hear about them. And stay tuned because I have a lot of different things that I'm going to try on my channel this year. It's me, Angie. It's starting a whole new year. Like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so you'll know the next time I'm coming to you with a video. And don't forget to comment. Tell me what your goals are. Tell me what you're going through, what you're looking forward to, the changes that you want to make on your YouTube channel. Yes, we're going to go through pain, but the good times are coming. And we need to enjoy them and not be miserable all the time. Bye, neighbor.